I just want to say that I'm finishing my lunch and you can expect the video later today because I woke up quite late today and I had things to do, and then I had like 20 minutes off or 30 minutes off, so I played some Hearthstone, and then I had things to do again. And I haven't recorded in these 30 minutes because I thought I wouldn't have enough time, that the mission would last longer, and there's also 2 cinematics, which I really don't want to record, but I know some of you like the story and watch the cinematics, so I'll record them as well. Anyway, I'm recording this because it's short and I'm actually finishing my lunch. So, I took the lunch into my room and I'm eating in front of the computer. But anyway, what I want to say is, at first I skipped the game because I thought it was just something I wouldn't like, but it's real interesting. You can hear the soundtrack in the background. I'm playing the game right now while eating the lunch, and I decided to record this. And the game is, you are a volunteer for a program, a government program, that tries to limit crime. Essentially what it comes down to is, I think, a simulator of what one person or a studio imagines the government security could be like at some point. You are a volunteer for the Orwell program. You were picked, you were the lucky one, quote unquote lucky one. You were the only one picked out of the 30,724 or something like that. And what you have access to are very interesting tools. You scour the personal profiles and websites and social media accounts of what are presumably criminals, but you must find the evidence that they are, and you must deem whether they really are criminals or not, because you look at what they have to say. There will be these so-called data chunks. A data chunk is something that the system marks that could have, or that has some value, that has some keywords in it. And you, based on the context, decide, is it something criminal-ish, or is it just a quote, or is it just a random sentence that the person just threw in? Here you can see the very first suspect you investigate is Cassandra Watergate. And as you go on, she starts off as someone who assaulted a police officer. But as you progress the investigation, you find out that she hasn't done only that. You discover that she is very, very volatile in personality. She has to take antidepressives. She supports she just supports the fall of government. She's very anti-government. She joined and she radically changed after she joined a activist group. And you have to then uncover what the activist group is, and it becomes just this massive web where people are interlinked in between each other. You then get access to not only the pages and accounts, you also to their phones and to their computers. I yet have to figure out how, because I'm at the stage currently, I just unlocked the insider, but I paused because I went away to get the lunch and bring it here. And it's just very interesting, because you have to decide based on the context, what is the person actually like? Because with Cassandra, it's very simple. It's your first test subject. Well, test, quote unquote. It's a sort of tutorial. But even there you can make mistakes. You can make her look like she did nothing at all. And later down the line, it will hit you, from what I understand at least. I deem Cassandra a person, a very volatile person who cracked the skull of a police officer, of a father of 2 children, because she lost her mind. There is another side of the story, however, that she did that. You can try to justify what she did. You can tell to the person that's overseeing you, they don't see what you see, they see only what you present to them. So you gotta pick what you present to the person. You can also present her as this person who is in the land of ponies and rainbows. Well, why that? Because she takes antidepressives. And who hasn't done anything wrong, who protected her friend. But that's not gonna lead anywhere, because as you can see, she will keep on going on a rant about how finally someone who had the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is. So she's also very conflicted. On one side, she says, there are cameras everywhere, we cannot be free anymore. And on this flip side, she says, well, the cameras are really shit. So you gotta decide how you want to have a person look like to your overseer. And this game in my head, it seems very similar to Spec Ops: The Line, in a sense that there are certain decisions, there are certain outcomes you cannot affect. But the rest of the game, you can, and it morally challenges you. What do you want the person to look like? What do you present to your overseer? Because despite her being very volatile, in my opinion, when I finally got to a point of having enough evidence, in my opinion evidence, so that I presented it to overseer, and the overseer said, okay, we're sending the police in. And despite her being violent and volatile, both of these, she complied. And right now she will be a source of information in a few minutes. So the game is very intriguing. I think I'm not having the whole picture, but it's very interesting because as you uncover more and more people that are just dragged into this web of information, one person can have connections to multiple others, and you just browse through their personal lives and everything. It's very immersive. The soundtrack is also nice. I don't know if you paid any attention to it or if you just paid attention to my voice, but it's great. Like right now, I get a moment of a regular cruise where I look for evidence and such. But if something happens, if you see a statement from, and it happens, if you see a statement from Cassandra, which sometimes you will have two data chunks and they will conflict each other. And you gotta pick, as said, based on the context. When that occurs, and it's a really serious thing, or at least seems like it, like, what are we gonna bomb next? The music switches and the chill goes up your spine. It's like, oh shit, unless I make a decision soon, there are people who will die, and it's gonna be my fault. Because I was just doing garbage. I was browsing through what music they like, and instead I could have been looking at their, phone and seeing, like, hey, let's meet up there at 4, and things like that. And in the context, that will be a data chunk, like, let's meet there at 4 and I'll grab some wine, things like that. It's like, it depends on what do you give weight. Do you think this is an important piece of information? Do you think this could have any value later down the line? Do you think this person can be trusted? What do you think? I think that's what the game tries to do. It tries to make you think about consequences of other people's actions and how you want to treat these consequences and their actions. Anyway, that's it. I wanted this to be a shorter video so it gets uploaded real fast because there's only 1 day and 6 hours left. Once again, you can get it at humblebundle.com. Once you just go to the main page, it's gonna be right there. Orwell, free for a limited time. All you have to do is, in case you don't have an account, create an account, log in, and then claim the game. The way you do it is you put it to your cart. I had a problem with getting it for the first time because I had to reauthorize my browser for it, for the Humble. So I already got it there, but you just add it to the cart. See, Orwell, remove it. You can just add it to the cart, and then you just get the game and activate it on Steam, and then you can play. It's real good. There aren't many these segments. It's mostly text-based, but it does strike a nerve at some points. Like, you eventually, once you get Cassandra, and this is a spoiler if you want to play the game yourself, eventually once you strike with enough evidence to your overseer, once you give him enough evidence, he will send the police, and you will watch it go down, but not with your, not you won't see the event happen, but you will through indirect hints. and indirect evidence. Like, there will be Cassandra right after the Overseer says, okay, we're sending the intervention team in. And as they're coming in, Cassandra is having a chat with her boyfriend or soon-to-be husband. I don't know which one of those two yet. And they're having a really strong argument. They're having a really, really flaming conversation. And when the team is really about to arrive, she's having a chat with a friend of hers. And you can see, like, oh wait, someone's at the door, BRB, and she never comes back. You can see how it impacts the person, the friend of hers, and also her boyfriend / husband. That he falls into depressions. He thinks that she just hates him and she's run off to the city. Which apparently is a trait of hers that I haven't discovered. I somehow missed it. So it's very, very brilliant piece of a game for just €10, and now it's free. Maybe I made the game sound too good, or maybe I misspoke about some points. But this is my opinion, completely my opinion. And I really like the game, and it's very interesting. It's nice. I really like it. So anyway, if you wanna play through this game, as said, you can go grab a tier for free for the next 1 day and 5 hours and 57 minutes. That's all from me, and I'll see you next time in the afternoon video or evening video, depends.